Hello family, welcome back to my channel, Keeping It Caprice. I do natural hair, lifestyle, and motivational talks. If that's something you're interested in, go ahead and click the subscribe button. It'll be a blessing to have you join this family. Let's get into it. So today we're going to talk about why I got my tubes removed and is it worth it? So the reason why that I got my tubes removed is because I didn't want any more children. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cut the down this one. But no, I didn't want no more children. That was I've had way more children than I ever even imagined. Like, I didn't imagine to have 4 kids. Like, in my kid mind, I only wanted 1 or 2. 4 too many. And because health insurance reasons, I would have health insurance and then they'll cut off and switch it just was all over the place according to where I was at in life and having health insurance and stuff. So I was like, well, you know, while I have this pregnancy, because I had pregnancy Medicaid, and I was like, well, while I have this pregnancy Medicaid, I need to go ahead and get my tubes removed. That way I don't have to worry about like trying to keep insurance for different types of birth controls or whatever the reason is. I can make sure that I'm done having kids. So those were my main 2 reasons. I did not want any more children and insurance. Now, what led up to this decision? Well, like I said on my last talk on my birth and the pregnancy and birth stories, if y'all haven't seen it, please go check it out. It's very interesting. I did not get the experience that I imagined. And I know a lot of women, or I'll just say for me, I know for me, I kind of live in this fairy tale land and it's supposed to be sweet and this and that. Like, I envision myself like being married and like being a stay-at-home mom so I could just enjoy my pregnancy at home, doing the house things, all that stuff. I got the complete opposite. Like, baby mama, don't like that title. Working and just struggling, and yeah, it wasn't the experience that I thought. You know, I wanted that Prince Charming, are you okay, and rubbing the belly and just but I'm being for real, like that's the kind of experience I wanted, just like this happy fairy tale land type of thing. But when it actually happened, I didn't get the experience I wanted. I was like, and pregnancy on top of that is no joke, and it takes a big toll on your body, and you really have to like take care of yourself. And you really have to like take care of yourself. So like the pregnancy is terrible. I'm glad that and blessed that I was able to experience pregnancy, but I do not like it, and I do not ever want to be pregnant ever again. I miss my belly. I had the roundest, cutest little oval shaped belly, and I would get so many compliments on it, and it was to the point it was getting annoying, and it was so small. And they was like, your baby only gonna be 6 pounds, but no, all my kids made it to 7 pounds with a really little belly. But other than like the belly, just everything else, yeah, y'all can have it. On top of that, what led up to my decision is I wasn't stable. So just having multiple kids is a lot, and I wasn't stable, didn't have a stable home. You know, I was stable on my jobs and stuff until like closer to when I had the girls. So then it was kind of like wishy-washy, and it was just too much going on. You know what I'm saying? My relationship at the time wasn't stable, and you know, I didn't have a stable relationship with God either. So like I was just really all over the place. Like I said, kids are a huge responsibility. And they're very expensive. Like, you can't just say, well, I don't feel like watching on today, but you know what I'm saying? Like, they depend on me every single day, and that's a lot of pressure. And I'm like, the more kids I have, the more pressure it is. You gotta find people to watch them, and I mean, you gotta have things to take them here to all these doctor's appointments and stuff. And I mean, goodness, milk, diapers, food, like, it's so expensive. Like, clothes, they grow consistently, and man, it was a lot. And it's, you can't even really have that much time for yourself because you have to tend to the kids. I was like, oh, this is too much. Like, you know, kids need your attention and love and tender and care, and the more you have, especially like I did close together, it's a lot. That led me to my other point I got on here. I had too many little kids at once, back to back. I had Casey and Gate back to back, and then I had maybe 2 years of a break. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. 2-3 years. I don't know. And then back to back. You know, they weren't even a year apart. My girls, they're 10 months apart, so they were all little, and it was just too stressful. And then with me, my kids they are very unique. They have, like, you know, special needs and stuff like that, so it takes them longer to get over stuff, especially my boys with potty training, talking, trying to be independent. So it was kind of like, it was hard. It's like they're babies, but they're getting older, but they're also like babies. And it was just, and trying to get them the resources that they need on top of having more babies, like babies, and dealing like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it because providing, trying to find a roof over their head, and dealing with that, it was all too much. Of course, like I said, postpartum, like, I still haven't even done my research on everything postpartum can do to you and stuff, because I never just really sat in my feelings and felt my feelings. I just coped and moved on. So I was probably going through a whole bunch of postpartum because I was having back-to-back, and then life events and all that type of stuff was just a lot. So I was going to get my tubes tied after Janice. I didn't bring it up to my doctor, but I was going to bring it up to her, but I ended up moving and going. I was just out of there. So, and by the time I came back, I was already pregnant, so I wasn't able to get my tubes tied after Janice. But after I had Genesis, I said, I want them tied. Please tie my tubes. I don't want any more little mishaps, nothing, just tie my tubes. So that's what led up to my decision on getting my tubes removed. So, surgery day. I had my surgery December 8th, 2022. So, I had to wait about a month or two. I think she said about 2 months after I had, after I had Genesis. I had to wait about 2 months in order for me to get my tubes removed, which I thought I was getting them tied, but we'll get to that in a minute. So in order for me to get my tubes tied, I had to wait about 2 months. So they scheduled me for December the 8th. My mom took me, and I had support, thank you. She took me, but she watched the kids, and my grandma, bless her heart, she is so sweet. She came and she spent, some time here with us, and she came with me and she stayed with me while I had my surgery and kept me company, make sure everything was going the way it should go. She was there with me, and I love her for that. I appreciate her for that. That's a memory I'll never forget. I love my grandma so much. Like, I love her. Anyway, and I appreciate that. I was so scared that day, and COVID was going on a little bit too, so we still had to wear the mask and stuff like that. But yeah, they were scaring me. I was about to change my mind in the bed, because like, you're signing papers, you'll never be a birth parent ever again. And I'm like, I'm never gonna be able to have any more kids. And that was just running through my mind. Just the fact of knowing that you truly cannot, it's different from saying, yeah, I don't want no more kids, until you actually do it. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, I was in my little robe and all that good stuff. And then it was a male nurse. He came. He was scaring me. He was like, yeah, the surgery is going to be fine. He was telling me some things they was going to do, and stick a long thing down my throat and look. And I was like, what? I don't like nothing being stuck down my throat. Like, no, thank you. And he was like, you'll be fine. You'll be asleep. You won't feel a thing. And I was like, okay. I was really going to change my mind. It was scary. I don't like having surgery, and I don't even like being in the hospital. And I didn't even want, especially for no surgery. I was like, I don't know. I was like, am I gonna make it after this surgery? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it really necessary for me to have this surgery? It was just a lot of things running through my mind. Y'all doing all this. So I was like, wow, that sounds intense. And then y'all gotta cut me open a little bit, stick stuff down my throat, and this now. It's like, I don't know if I really want this surgery. You know what I'm saying? On top of me being anemic, so I already have low blood. What if I need a blood transfusion? Anything, you don't know what can happen. So I was kind of getting scared. I was going to kind of back off a little bit, but I said, no, I'm going to go through with my decision. I done got all these people involved. They're about ready to go, so I'm just going to go ahead and stick to my word and go ahead and have the surgery. Okay. Now, this is the weird part, but I have to tell y'all, I experienced, not literally, but the feeling of death. Okay, so they put you on, I don't know if I'm saying it right, anesthesia however you say it. So all I remember was me and my grandma, we had our own little cubicle, little room. They had the curtain in front of us. They would slide it open or whatever until they ready to get me to the operating room. So we was sitting there for a while, and then all I remember, they gave me the medicine through the IV, and they was getting ready to roll me out, and I was knocked out. I didn't even make it down the hall, nothing. I was gone that quick. So I didn't remember them rolling me out. I don't remember them opening doors to no room. I was gone that quick. So it was like peaceful, because it's like, 1 minute you here, the next minute you just out, you're gone. It's a blackout, you're gone. And it wasn't dramatic, it was just peaceful. I mean, yeah. And then all I remember, I woke up and I was seeing like bright little lights, and I didn't want to wake up. And I was like, and I woke up and I was like, where am I? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm at the hospital, I had surgery. And then this nurse was like, about time you woke up. I didn't know till how long I've been sleeping. I was asleep. But I cannot explain the feeling like, I'm glad I woke back up. I'm just saying, like, from just the transition from me waking back up to the chaos, it was so peaceful. It was so quiet. Like, it felt good. You're resting, and it just for some reason it just relates to me about death. Like, it'll be peaceful and you'll get to rest. Like, because it's not like you're gonna feel, once you're gone. It's not like you're gonna feel anything. I don't know, but if you get it, you get it. You know what I'm saying? If you get what I'm trying to say. But for me, that experience reminded me of death, and it was just peaceful. I just wanted to share that with y'all. So then I had my checkup maybe a week or two later. I don't remember. They cut me at the they put 2 splits at the bottom of my stomach, just 2 splits right there. I think she glued it back together. And I had a cut on my belly, my somewhat belly button. So, but anyways, I went and I found out she removed my tooth. I said, yeah, you tied my tooth and stuff. She said, no, I completely remove your tubes. They're completely taken out. There's no way you're getting pregnant. If you get pregnant, I'm going to be very shocked. That threw me for a loop. I was like, oh no, you took them out. You took them out. Like, what if I want to untie them or something? Like, I was like, I really, unless God performs a miracle, because I've heard stories on stuff like that, unless God pulls a big miracle, there ain't no way I really can have kids. I have no tubes. So after that threw me for a loop, because I was expecting her to at least tie them, clip them, burn them, whatever, but she completely just removed them. I didn't even know that was a thing, to be honest. So that threw me for a loop. And then she said, yeah, you have, I didn't know what it was, but she said, yeah, you have a little hernia. I saw when I was doing your surgery. And then a part of me was like, well, why you didn't take it out? Obviously, I don't want the hernia. So now my belly button looks this big, and I have a big knot on this top half up here from the hernia, and it's so ugly. And so the top half of my stomach pokes out more than the bottom half. She asked if it hurts something, but she said if it has pain and all that stuff, then I need to have, the only way to remove this hernia is to have surgery. Do I want surgery? No, I do not. And I said, well, that's not necessary. I don't want any more surgeries, so I'll deal with it. So now the next part is, do I recommend the surgery? No, absolutely not. I do not recommend the surgery. For one, to me, I don't feel like there is a reason for you to have surgery unless it's life-threatening. Like if you're in a life-threatening situation. Surgery is already dangerous enough, and you really are prayer works and stuff, but you're also putting your trust in these doctors and stuff, and unless you know what kind of doctor you have, you don't know what they're saying, you don't know what they're doing, like stuff like that, and you're not aware, you're not in there. It's not like you got family members that can be in there and watch them, so it's like you really gotta put your trust in them. And I just really don't want, I don't want anybody to go through surgery if they don't have to. I feel like there are other ways to prevent from having kids at the time, and then you never know what life can bring you. You might find your husband or whatever, and then you want to have kids, and then you can't, and you have to try to do other routes like surrogates or IVF or whatever. You can have try it naturally or whatever. But the surgery thing, it's not, if it's not life-threatening, I do not recommend it. I wish I didn't even get the surgery anymore, because I still have periods, a menstrual cycle, okay? It made my cramps 100 times worse, okay? My cramps were normal cramps, okay? Yeah, they hurt, because some people cramps before they even had kids have been terrible. I was blessed to not have terrible cramps until after the surgery, and I think that's my punishment for having the surgery. But I had normal cramps, and then ever since I had that stupid surgery, my cramps have been hell. Like, I am not kidding. Every month I noticed they were getting stronger and more intense and worse, to the fact I cannot move. I cannot walk. I cannot move. If they start and I'm sitting in a chair, I will stay in that chair, lean over once it gets too bad. If I'm in the bed, I'm not getting up because it hurts too bad where I can't. It got too bad to where I couldn't get up. It got so bad. Tylenol don't even work on me anyway. I do not like Tylenol. Ibuprofen, okay, was not even helping, okay? That's how bad these cramps are. Blood flow on heavy, okay? like they were already heavy, but they heavier on top of more. I don't know if that's normal. That's why I said I don't know if I need to go get checked out for that. It could be something else. But I know that all this happened after the surgery. So do I recommend it? No, I do not. Because it's going to mess with your body. Okay? And so let me tell you what I did with these cramps that's also not working. I said, you know what? I'm getting tired of these cramps. I'm finna go get back on birth control. They gave me options. I chose a depot shot. I was on the depot shot after I had casing for just a little bit until I lost my insurance. Yeah, I was fine. I gained weight, but I was fine. This go around, no. I have been bleeding every single day, and then I might stop for a few hours. Then I'm bleeding again. My cramps are not as intense, but I cramp on and off throughout the whole month, and it sucks. I'm getting off of it. Like, as soon as it's wear off, I might try different birth control. I might try the pills. But if that don't work, I'm just going to have to suffer. So, do not get that surgery. I can't tell y'all what to do, but I do not recommend you to get the surgery. I do not. What can you do? Just be cautious. You know what I'm saying? Like, be really cautious with your body. If you don't want kids anymore, just be mindful. You know what I'm saying? Use protection, whatever you gotta do. Just be cautious. If you want to try, but I know a lot of people say don't. I don't see how it could be healthy for you. I'm not even gonna lie. Because it's messing with your hormones and it's messing with your body. It's not natural. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm just doing it because of the cramps, but I might be getting back off of it because it's making my body go cuckoo. It's not healthy, but birth control can, they say, help. It's not 100%, but it can help. And there are so many types of birth control, like I just named the depot shot, birth control pills, rings you can stick up in there, things you can put in your arm. It's just so many. I don't even know what all those are called. But yeah, there are birth controls. Maybe if they have natural remedies for it, just to help you, definitely try that. And along with the birth control, like, they have pills. And if you have insurance problems like I did, then you can always go to your women's center, your women's health center. They will help you for free. I know they provide, back in the day, I didn't know. They probably still do. They will give you birth control pills for free, and they'll try to help you find insurance and stuff like that. You can get checkups there, all types of stuff at the Women's Center. So don't feel like you're less than or anything. Please get the help that you need. But yeah, if you really don't want any more children, or you just don't want none right now, just be mindful, be cautious, do that. But the surgery, I do not recommend. It made things worse for me. I'm not even gonna lie. It really did. But if you do decide to still, have the surgery, I really recommend you to do your research. Research the surgery, what they do during the surgery, the side effects that it can cause, what they can do for it. Ask your doctor plenty of questions. I don't care if you're getting on their nerves asking questions. If they start getting rude and stuff with you, they are not the doctor for you. You need a doctor that's going to care about you and your health, because at the end of the day, this is your body and your health. You know what I'm saying? So you have to do what's best for you. You have to look out for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And it's very important. And surgery is very serious, especially when they put you to sleep. You know what I'm saying? It's very, 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 very serious. So, please just do your research, which is something I wish that I've done, was my research, knowing the side effects, stuff like that, and figuring out ways, to handle that. But yeah, that's my story on why I got my tubes removed. I do not recommend it. I do not. I'm trying to tell y'all. I am trying to tell y'all. You can listen if you want to. I mean, you don't have to listen if you don't want to. I can't force you. And everybody's body is different. You might not have them problems, but I'm telling you, when I went, before I end this, when I went to get that shot the first time, when I'm trying to go over my options, the doctor told me literally, a lot of clients who got their tubes removed has been coming in talking about their cramps are worse. I don't know why she would tell me that. So I'm like, so why are y'all still recommending this? Why? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, if y'all having all these complaints of people, it must be a thing, okay? So I know I'm not the only one. I want to save other women out there. You know what I'm saying? So what's the point? A lot of people still ended up on birth control. You got the surgery to prevent it, but it makes you cramp so bad that you got to get back on birth control if you do decide to be on birth control, which I don't think is healthy either, but hey, you know what I mean? So, you know, weigh your options, but yeah, I might try heat pads and other stuff for my cramps and all that type of thing, but I'm just letting y'all know. But I thank y'all for watching this video. Please like this video, share this video, comment if y'all had a similar experience to mine or something different, or if you have any questions that you would like answered, go ahead and drop a comment. I do not mind answering your question. Thank y'all for watching. I appreciate your support. I really appreciate you. I just want to let y'all know that, because I mean it deep down in my heart. And please subscribe if you haven't. I would love y'all to join this family. And until next time.